Hi, my name is Allison Williamson, and the topic I chose was assessing obsessive compulsive disorder. You'll notice through the presentation my voice is a little raspy, but that's just because I'm sick. But it's okay, we're going to get through this together. So, obsessive compulsive disorder is also known as OCD, and its definition is exactly how it sounds. It's characterized by the presence of obsessions and or compulsions. So what are obsessions? So they're more of thoughts, urges, or images that are recurrent and persistent, and they're experienced as intrusive or unwanted. Now, compulsions are the behaviors associated with the obsessions. They can also be mental acts, but the individual feels driven to perform them in response to their obsession. The assessment that I chose to evaluate was Obsessive Compulsive Scale. So the authors are Gibb, Bailey, Best, and Lambert. And the publication I found was 2013 in the Oxford University Press. The purpose of this assessment is to measure the degree of compulsivity in an individual that may already be diagnosed with OCD, but maybe not. This is a 20-item instrument that focuses on general tendency toward obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors in a true or false format. So, concerning the scoring, the higher the score, the higher the degree of compulsivity. So, if you're a clinician who's reviewing this, you'll see that there are 10 specific items that are assigned a point if they're answered true by the individual. And then there are another 10 that would be assigned a point if answered false. And now these are put in a random order to help with validity. So, for example, the first 10 aren't going to be false that get a point, and the second 10 be true, and so forth. The age group that this test was designed to work with is adults. So, moving on to validity. There are several estimates of concurrent validity. The scores correlated with clinician ratings of clients' compulsivity with Comrie's order scale and with a measure of flexibility. So, also on the subject of validity, there's a validity check present inside of this assessment, which I thought was very interesting. So, this is a 20-item test, but there's actually appears to be 22 questions to this test, and that's because two of the questions are validity checks. So, for example, question number 3 asks, I can walk 30 miles in an hour. It's a validity check because clinicians will know immediately that if the client has answered true to this, that the validity has been compromised. Reliability. There is evidence of internal consistency in test-retest reliability. So the internal consistency was estimated by correlating each item with the total, and these correlations were significant. Test-retest reliability correlations were 0.82 over a 3-week period, and this indicates good stability. So, norms. This test was developed by using 114 college students, and the mean scores were 11.15 and 11.24 for males and females, respectively. The mean for a clinical sample was 11.2. So there are several additional assessments, especially that are just traditional assessments, and that you can see in that list here. So alternatives, this test could be self-administered, but you need the clinician to get the score, right? So they can be clinician-administered, parent reports. If it's a child, the parent can report the behavior. And then also, so anxiety.com has a self-assessment with information. And this is what I really would consider as an alternative because the client doesn't have to be in the presence of a clinician to get this assessment online. My personal critique was if I had a client wanting to know more about OCD, I would hope that they would come to a LPC or a clinician to gain that information. But if they're not willing to do that, then the information on anxieties.com, I give it a thumbs up. I'm running out of time, but this assessment, I also enjoyed looking through this, and I would use this with my own client as well.